Welcome to a deep dive into the brain's trickery. In the cosmic game of Leela, anger acts as a reverse proxy, a firewall hiding our deepest fears and powerlessness, making us feel powerful while secretly weeping. Evolution wired us to hide vulnerability. To the ego, powerlessness equals a survival threat. Anger provides a false sense of control, turning a helpless child into a terrifying tyrant to survive. In Maya, the illusion, we mistake our armored roles for our true skin. Anger creates a tangible enemy to distract us from the existential void, but the awakened see it as a cry for help. Anger offers cheap power. Physiologically, it expands our energy, masking the inward collapse of sadness. It's like a beggar wearing a digital crown, addicted to the illusion of absolute control. Anger is an emotional painkiller. The adrenaline rush distracts from chronic sadness. The brain uses petty rage, like fighting over milk, to avoid processing deep loneliness, leading to a toxic addiction. Society penalizes vulnerability and respects aggression. Our social programming intercepts sadness and forces an angry output. We become angry hedgehogs in a crowded city, sacrificing real connection for perceived safety. The paradox: the louder the roar, the deeper the wound. Every burst of anger is a cover-up, compressing tears into bullets. Unless we see this, we remain trapped in a maze of pain. Under severe stress, the amygdala hijacks the brain, cutting off the rational prefrontal cortex. To avoid admitting defeat through flight, the hardware defaults to fight, deploying anger. The brain intercepts psychological pain and relabels it as external threat. You instantly switch from a bleeding victim to a righteous warrior, entirely unaware of your own underlying sadness. Cortisol and adrenaline provide the fuel for anger, snapping you out of the paralyzing grip of sadness. This hormonal smokescreen creates a false sense of action and total control. Through neuroplasticity, childhood trauma rewrites our code. We learn that vulnerability brings harm, but tantrums bring control. Adult rage is often just a decades-old defense strategy executing perfectly. Running this reverse proxy consumes massive energy. Chronic anger acts like an overclocked CPU, burning out the motherboard. True health requires painfully dismantling this firewall to save the system. Psychological projection finds external targets to absorb internal crisis. We package our unhandled shame and throw it at others, acting like cunning politicians manufacturing foreign wars to distract from domestic ruin. When the firewall collapses, a flood of suppressed grief engulfs you. It's terrifying, yet it marks the beginning of true healing. Beyond the tears lies the soul's pure source code. Screaming at a table you stubbed your toe on is peak absurdity. To avoid feeling clumsy or helpless, the brain personifies the wood as a malicious assassin. Truly, a masterful stand-up comedy. Keyboard warriors are reverse proxies with literal IP addresses. Anonymous online rage compensates for real-world powerlessness. Every toxic comment is just a desperate scream against their own feelings of inadequacy. Road rage amplifies the proxy. Trapped in a 2-ton metal box in traffic, the existential dread of zero control triggers attack mode. It's an absurd theater of monkeys rattling their cages. The ego's customer service automatically rejects your need comfort ticket, substituting it with rage to preserve system dignity. You can fire this useless representative and contact the backend yourself. To bypass the proxy, ping the backend server directly. When anger flares, pause and ask, what am I truly afraid of? Identifying the real code shatters the firewall instantly. Sitting with vulnerability brings a deafening silence. Your brain screams to reactivate the firewall. Stay put. This alchemy of enduring the storm washes away the hard crust of your soul. Reframe powerlessness: it is not defeat, but surrender. We control almost nothing in this universe. True strength is accepting your limits. Drop the delusion of absolute control, and you find absolute freedom. With compassion, you see through the proxy. An angry person becomes just a frightened child. Their rage is a disguised cry for help. You no longer react, you connect with their source code. Naked vulnerability, contrary to our fears, is the ultimate weapon for deep connection. Dropping the armor invites others to drop theirs, melting isolation into a sacred, beautiful union. In the grand game of Leela, seeing through the reverse proxy is the ultimate challenge. Open your hands to life's flow. Pure consciousness cannot be harmed. The game continues, now played with awareness.